I think they love me. I think they love me now. I think they love me.
Who do you see when you look at me?
I think they love me.
'Cause I do not recognize the man inside the mirror. They feast on my dreams. I'm not who I seem to be. And somehow I lost myself along the way. Losing my sanity over strangers. When they see your wounds, it gets dangerous. Can I be myself? Is it safe yet? Yeah. Or should I hide my lies and keep on running? Take my chances, all unknowing. I smile, but life is misery. I hide my pain in this melody. They see my scars and all run from me. I don't know what they want from me. Can I find peace? It would be fun to see me. Can I love myself? 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 Can I love
I think they love me. I think they love me.
Trapped inside this maze, it's amazing. My phone's off, so don't call me crazy. I'll show you what you want to see from me. But do you know me? I let the likes in the gram, it controls me. It's like the lights in the camera can know me. Yeah. One day I'll find my identity. For now, losing my sanity over strangers. When they see your wounds, it gets dangerous. Can I be myself? Is it safe yet? Yeah. Or should I hide my lies and keep on running? Take my chances, all unknowing. I smile, but life is misery. I hide my pain in this melody. They see my scars and all run from me. I don't know what they want from me. Can I find peace? It would be fun to see me. Can I?
I bet on myself. Yeah, I bet on myself.
Yeah, I bet on myself. Yeah, I bet on myself. I don't need you, I do it myself. Yeah, I bet on myself.
I bet on myself.
Yeah, I bet on myself. Okay, dream so big that they think I'm crazy. Let out the beast, no, they can't tame me. Don't play with me, better mind your business. I cannot stop now, I ain't finished. I'ma keep on going till I got that. Okay, the way that I'ma do it, they can top that. No way. Critics trying to hate, but I don't talk back, I know that. Plotting on the kid with the bull, tell them all that. I'm the one that I'ma gamble on, I ramble on. I'm about to get my ramble on, and I'm the one they really couldn't get a handle on. Then when they see the
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the one and only designated Spittaz to take over the game, baby. And Soto Watch is still in full effect. Everybody's waiting. Everybody's waiting.
I can't wait. I'm one of those people waiting, bro. I'm telling you, they're saying good things about this week. It's looking like our boy Juan Jose is gonna have a couple reasons to be thankful for, about 600 million plus.
Oh, I tell you what, he ain't going to be having no turkey leg on that table. He's going to have the whole damn thing. He's
You know
going
what
to
it
have
is.
the whole damn thing. That's what he's
Gonna have
having.
a whole penny. They better. I know the Yankees offer better come with a half a penny on top.
Let me
of
tell
it.
you something.
Don't play around.
You better be dropping that lemon on that baby, because you
That's a
eat that stomach's gonna be
Fact.
talking to you very, very quickly, my friends.
Nachos.
Okay? Does anybody wants a tip? There you go. Put extra lemon on that baby before you eat it. I've learned the hard way in life. Okay?
That limon does justice, and I think you don't got to tell my Dominicans. You don't have to tell Cubans, Puerto Rico. We know you got to throw that limon on there, man. That's life changing. Life
It
changing.
is very, very much.
Life
But
changing.
what is up, everybody? How's everybody doing? I hope you guys are doing well. This week is, of course, Thanksgiving, and let me just say, I am thankful for all of you.
Oh yeah.
I'm thankful for you guys. We got the great John Brophy in the chat. We got Anthony Medina. Danny, what's going on? The one and only Macho King.
Cup of coffee in the big time, yeah. Cup of coffee in the big time.
Carlos Rivera, what's up, my brother? Uncle Dom, Everyday, Scotty Wright, Caleb Castro, DJ Control. What up, what up, what up? Replay Op, what's going on, my brother? How you doing? Smacky that likey. Hitty, your sisters. Sub. Alex Almonte, Tony Rivera, what up? Artie, what's going on? Artie's in the chat.
That's right. Gotta have Art Vandelay in the building.
Art Vandelay, Vandelay Industries in the
Gotta have
building.
Art
Johnny
Vandelay in the
Riv.
building.
Well, let's get right to it, man. This is it's getting down to crunch time, I want to say, because
Uncle Dom, what's up, man?
Uncle Dom, what up? You know, I know there's gonna be a lot of people that you know, my expectation is by the winter meetings, December 8th, Juan Soto has his new team. I think that is my expectation. I think it would be a major mistake to stretch this thing out over a long period of time. I think that would be a major, major mistake. If I'm Soto, I want to be off the board. I want to be off the board.
You want to be in DR.
Exactly, right? You don't want it. You want your phone, throw the phone down, and have a good time.
You want to be, listen, if you're Juan Soto, by December 8th, you're hoping that you are in the Dominican Republic on a beach with a drink in your hand, making plans for the nighttime to go out and find yourself some female companionship.
Correct.
Right? And have yourself
on top of that,
a merry little Christmas, if you know what I mean. I'm just saying.
Who knows how much he's actually celebrated his birthday? While his birthday was going on, he was in the playoffs. So he might not even have time to be like,
you know, he's a worker.
Let me do a whole celebration here. So yeah, I think I got a
They
feeling
were in LA. They were in Cali for his birthday.
True.
So
That's
I don't
right.
know. Like you know, I'm not saying, I'm sure it's Juan Soto. He could find whatever, but it's like his family's all over here in Tampa and in DR. So who knows what the birthday celebration was like, right? Like,
and like you said, I'm pretty sure there are you know, countless lady friends potentially involved in the celebration, whether it be Christmas, stuffing, Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
It's, you know. Anyway. Anyway. Hey, yo.
This man is a menace.
I'm gonna come.
Oh, he's gonna come, all right.
That's how we're starting. That's how we're starting the U, damn it. That's how we do at the U. By the way, guys, I need you guys to use a new hashtag for the U. For the U. That is a new thing I'm using all year 2025, baby.
Nice. I like it. I'm with it. I like the vibes. I was gonna say that Jira got me. She's like, it took a while for you to get that one. It didn't catch me. I was a little slow on that one. I don't know what it was.
You gotta stuff them, you know. You gotta stuff them.
Gotta lock in. Gotta
stuff them.
Gotta lock in. Sometimes they need to be stuffed. Okay? I don't know.
Oh, they need to be stuffed.
Sometimes they gotta be stuffed. But I was also saying for Boras, it doesn't for Boras, it would also be, I think, a failure in a sense.
Facts.
To let this drag out with the amount of work that he has to get done, aside from Juan Soto. Like, remember last offseason, the market was being clogged up, right?
Yeah.
But it wasn't because of Boras' clients. Boras just couldn't get his clients signed or any business done until the other agents who were clogging up the market got the business done, which was the same agent that represents Stanton and Yamamoto, and then of course Ohtani and his people, whatever. Ohtani's with CAA. Am I making that up?
I think so. Yes, that sounds correct.
Yeah, if I'm wrong, somebody fact check me. But all I know is those two guys had nothing to do with Boras, and Boras had to wait for somebody else to dictate the pace. This year, he's in full control. He's in the driver's
Oh yeah.
He's got Juan Soto. He's the one in control. But aside from Soto, he knows that his work isn't good. Like, people aren't going to judge his offseason based off of what he gets Juan Soto.
Correct.
His offseason, if you're Scott Boras, what deal do you get for Blake Snell after the debacle from last year?
Facts.
What do you figure out for Pete Alonso after the Mets decided they weren't giving him $300 million? That's going to be how he's judged. How do you bounce back?
Yeah.
So I think for him, he kind of wants to get it done too. I would guess.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And rumor is that they're going to start getting offers in for Juan Soto this coming week. So probably right before Thanksgiving. You think Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is going to be some maybe newsworthy days. Of course, we're going to be live as much as humanly possible. But the expectation is you got your big teams involved. I don't feel like a lot of times they come out of there with this stuff that there's a dark horse out there. There's a team that could just emerge out of nowhere. I think for Soto, things are a little different. I think it's kind of like, you know who the players are, and some of those players don't really feel like players no matter what. I mean, we even heard the Phillies for a little while. Me and you were sitting there going, I mean, they got the money. They can definitely make a splash like that. But I just feel like we know the teams, right? I feel like it is the Yankees and it's the Mets. And I know they want to throw around Boston. I feel like Boston could be a dark horse. I just don't see Boston tossing out that type of money for Soto. I don't see that happening. I think the Yankees and the Mets will have the highest offers. And I've said this for a long time. I think the New York Mets will probably have the highest offer. I just think it's going to really come down to Juan Soto's preferences and what he likes. The Yankees, again, just to go over some of it with you guys, we've done this many times. We've done this so many times. The New York Yankees, I remember last offseason when fans were saying, Pete, just wait. Don't trade guys for him. Just wait. And I'm sitting there going, well, one, I want to win. And two, why not get ahead of free agency? Exactly. And give him a year with the Yankees? He went to the friggin' World Series. There's not much selling the Yankees have to do. That's why Michael K. Francis, by the way, we could kind of put this feather in our cap because we called it extremely well. When they were talking about why do they got to meet and I can't believe he's going to make them fly out to the West Coast and all this. We're sitting there going, it's not about the facilities. It's not about anything that happened in the year past. He wants to know what's happening ahead. He wants to know if you guys lock me in, what's the moves?
What's next? Yeah.
And, you know, and I think a lot of that stuff was answered when that stuff came out and they're saying that Soto wanted to know, you know, when my salary goes on board, what are the other moves? What do we look like over the next couple of years? What can we continue to add? And he had questions about player development. He had questions about a lot of that stuff. I think a lot of that has to do with guys like Jason Dominguez, some of the young guys that didn't really get a chance. But the Yankees are in a prime position here to lock Soto. If you believe Hal Steinbrenner, he basically came out himself too and said, look, we want this guy. You know what I mean? We want him here. I want to have the same type of relationship that I have with him, that I have with Cole and Judge, meaning that we're in constant conversation. He can tell me what he doesn't like, what we could fix. He's not said anything wrong right now. No. And I know he's not going to typically, but they sound pretty damn confident in getting this guy back.
I mean, I'm really glad, you know, the way that you brought the last point that you brought up, because to me, that's what gave me the most confidence. It wasn't even so much the comment of, look, we have the money any year to sign whatever player we want. Like, I loved that comment. I felt like it was necessary because there was a lot of spin from the media and a lot of people out there saying, well, the Yankees can't afford them and look at their payroll and look at the luxury tax and Uncle Stevie's pockets are endless, but Hal's on a budget. And Hal said, look, it's a fact. Okay, I said it. $300 million payrolls are just not sustainable. All right. And it's not what we want going forward. And we're hoping that we don't have to do that going forward. That being said, though, it doesn't mean that in any given year, at any time, I don't have the money to sign whatever player I want, because that's a fact. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, they are the New York Yankees. Luxury tax or not. Luxury tax will not debilitate this franchise. It just is what it is. That is a fact. And listen, if you look at it with any other franchise, you can say that pretty much about anybody except the Yankees, the Dodgers, and maybe now the Mets. But that remains to be seen, because Steve Cohen is a great owner. He has a lot of money and so whatever, but he's also still a new owner. Yeah. The point
he's also not dumb. I think people need to understand that. He
didn't become a billionaire by being an idiot.
Exactly. And I think a lot of people just see he has money, so he's going to just, I'll give you $150 million more. Yeah. No.
So we're going to get Soto. We're going to get Bregman.
Yeah, I mean.
Get, Christian Walker. We're going to get everybody. We're going to get Corbin Burns. We're going to get Blake Snell. It's like, if that's what he wanted to do, I don't think you go out and do what you did. Because remember, David Stearns, that was a sweepstakes.
Correct.
That was a sweepstakes. David Stearns was not a guarantee to the Mets. There was no guarantee. There was no nothing. They had to get in, put their hat in the ring, convince him or whatever. And I don't think that they came out and said, oh, David to David Stearns, yeah, basically what we want to do is we want to just get the best buy the best players, the most expensive players. That's what we're going to do. That's our game plan. That's not David Stearns' background. That's not what he does.
That's not his MO, yeah.
David Stearns finds value, right?
And he did that this year.
And that's exactly what he did.
Yeah, he did it this year. So,
but that's why you get him to do that, to be able to do that, and pair that with the occasional splurge. Like on when you need my money to supplement your brain, just know it's endless on
It's
this
there.
side. But
Facts.
the point that Hal made to me that gives me the most confidence, that has me, feeling really good about our chances is that he said, I want to have the same relationship with you that I have with Garrett Cole and Aaron Judge. Like I want you to have that direct line to me. I want to have that direct line to you. I want us to have this open line of communication where you tell me what's going on, you tell me what you're thinking, what you're feeling, and I want to be able to hear that and take it into account. You know what that tells me? That Hal Steinbrenner is looking at Juan Soto the same way he looked at Garrett Cole and the same way he looked at Aaron Judge. And if
Correct.
history tells us anything, he won't be beat. If history tells us anything, he will do what it takes. Maybe I'm not gonna say he won't be beat, like he won't be beat on the total offer, because he probably there's a possibility he gets beat on the total offer and still win. What I'm saying is he will make sure that he does what it takes to get this guy the same way he did with Cole, same way he did with Judge.
Agreed. Vinny with the super chat.
Thank you for being a
Friend Gabagoo. Friendly reminder that Uncle Stevie was obsessed with Yamamoto and they desperately needed him. And I think I missed the pod over there. And I believe they had they were the fourth highest bidder. I think they were right below the dot. Weren't they the second highest bid?
Yamamoto?
Yeah. Mets?
No. They were the highest on Yamamoto.
They were the highest. That's right. They were 325, right?
And then his agent took the deal to the Dodgers. The Dodgers, I think, matched. No, the Dodgers went over by a little bit, and they didn't give Cohen the opportunity to match or beat the offer. They just went
right.
They
Mets matched the Dodgers. That's what Replay Op just said. Correct. Exactly what Francis just said. That's right. Danny, my guy, says, salute Pete/Francis. Soto was and is a Yankee from the jump. Since he came up, he has no tattoos and no facial hair. He knows where his legacy lies. Well, I mean, I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but you think he said his whole life, I'm not going to get one of those damn tattoos because I'm going to play for the Yankees, damn it. I'm not even going to show off this beard one damn day because I want to play for the Yankees. I think that's a stretch, but here's the good thing. It ain't going to bother him. Yeah, at least you know that, right? It ain't going to bother him.
I think it's him. Honestly, Pete,
I think him, 100%.
I think this is just Juan Soto, and I think that's what makes the marriage so freaking obvious. Like, it's he's looked like a Yankee since he was on the Nationals. He looked like a Yankee. Like,
there's not many players that throw on that jersey, and honestly, you say he's a fit.
Yeah.
Like, how did he wear? Because you think about Soto now, and I'm not joking about this. You think about Soto now, and you think about a Padre, or you think about a National. You're like, it didn't look right.
Yeah.
The pinstripes just hit this dude perfect.
Exactly.
It's perfect.
It's like I said, it just, the marriage makes sense. It's one of those
marriage made in heaven.
It's one of those, like, for instance.
Okay, little instance.
When Freeman was a free agent, right?
Okay.
And he's gonna leave Atlanta, whatever. We'd only ever seen Freddie Freeman as a break, right?
Yes.
The moment he put on that Dodger blue, though, I was like, I see it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I wanted Freeman. I was like, damn, I hope we go after him and don't re-sign Rizzo. I was one of those people. And I wanted to go for him, or then there was people that wanted to trade for Olsen and whatever. But once Freeman put on that Dodger blue, even though he was a little sad and pouty that first year because he really wanted to be a Brave, he looked like a Dodger. Like, and now forget about it. He's a Dodger, bro.
No doubt about it. We got a super chat in from Rod Thompson. He says, I understand that fielding a World Series team begins with signing Juan Soto, but are you both confident that the Yankees can still field the championship team if they fail to do so? Your thoughts, please. I'm going to get to that. Kicking with Roy also adds in, my prediction is Soto gets 12 to 13 years, $660 million with an opt-out in year 4. Going back to what Ross said there, if the Yankees were to miss out on Soto, I've told people this, and I'll say it again. It is not easy walk-ins. It's not easy pickings for the New York Yankees at that point. It's just not. You look at it, and you see what's available, you see what's out there, it becomes tough. Because me and Francis have been advocates of saying, call up Toronto, get Vladdy here, lock him in long term, make a trade, and say 48 hours, you're here long term, buddy. Sorry, but you're a New York Yankee for multiple years. But that's also easier said than done because Toronto got to sit there and go, okay, we'll move him. We don't have to. We don't have to do it now, but we'll move him. You got to have two. It takes two to tango in that regard. There's not a shit ton out there, Francis. There really isn't. I do this every time I go live by myself to do Soto Watch. I bring up lineups. I got a cute little graphic that we're making. You know, the new computer processor. It's fun to do things like that, all right? I'm excited about the
blue
future
field
here.
one, right?
The blue, yeah, I love it. I'm
love that
excited about the
graphic.
future, man.
I'm a big
excited
fan about that
it.
graphic.
There's a lot of different things I'm allowed to do nowadays, all right? But
He's not, no restrictions. He's
no
a
restrictions. The chains are off, baby. I'm an animal. But there's so many. There's not many names out there. People go, oh, but Christian Walker. I'm like,
He's 33 years old.
but could you let me ask you this question about Christian Walker?
Yeah.
Over the next 3 years, would you expect the same level of production of the previous 3 years?
No.
No, you
I
just
expect 1.5 more good years.
yes, exactly, and then
1.5.
probably never a year like he's had over the last 3 years.
Probably not. And we don't know what he would look like in the American League East right
Correct.
now. I don't look. To answer
He's a
the
good
question,
player. Don't get me wrong, but
phenomenal.
It's
But
tough, man. It's a tough sell. Soto's
Bro,
the guy, man.
that's what I'm saying. The issue is that no matter what you say, you're comparing it to Soto, which makes it difficult. But I think, I think it may have exactly been a week ago today when we sat there and we literally like walked through the whole thing, right, with Vladdy.
Yes,
and we were
yes,
like,
yes.
let's really entertain it. Say Soto walks. Can they field a World Series contender? It's the New York Yankees. I think the answer to that question is always going to be yes, because
They
it's
got
the
no
New
choice.
York Yankees.
Yeah.
They have money. They have a great farm system. You guys just heard the other day, this past week on Wednesday, Lowe speaking about some of these guys. Don't believe the hype that's always out there for whatever reason. There's this machine that it seems like their job is only to diminish and degrade the Yankee farm for whatever reason.
All the time. They're always ranked lower than they should be. All the time.
That's why it's amazing that NYY Underground is here for you guys to give you guys the truth, to keep it real, and have people who are knowledgeable and in the know about this shit to tell you, hold on a second, this guy's actually good. This is why he's good. This is what you can expect. Right? They have the farm. They have the money. Of course they can do it. My rebuttal, though, would be, do we trust them to do it without Soto?
Problem.
And I think Soto, to me, is the simplest way to remain a contender versus the other option, which would be Soto walks. And then now, do we trust the Yankees to call Toronto and Cashman not walk away from the table when the price gets too high? Because that's the issue. That's been the issue. They've walked away from a lot of tables.
That's right.
Away from how many?
And this is when you can, man. You got to super glue your ass to that chair and you're not moving.
And here's the issue. Soto walks and Brian Cashman picks up the phone. It doesn't matter who he calls. They smell the desperation before he presses send on the call.
About it.
Everybody he talks to is going to sit there and say, yeah, we know why you're calling. Because Soto walked, right? Yeah, okay. What do you, bend over for me, please. And you just, you see that table right there? I need you to, grab the baby oil. It's right there. And just bend over. And then,
hey, yo.
That's going to be the
conversation. You're not wrong. You're not wrong because
conversation. And then I hate saying it, but it's the truth.
It is true. And then it also makes it tough because do you get reactionary in that regard? You just lost Soto. I mean, it's almost, you almost have to be reactionary. You almost have to make snap judgments at that point. And is Jason?
What is the team right now without Soto?
Well, do you look at a guy like Jason Dominguez and you go, well, he's a regular now? Or do you say, get somebody that's established and let's see if we can move him in a deal? It's going to be I'll put it this simple. Francis is 100% right what he said. And I've been telling you guys this for a while. The best Yankee team has Juan Soto in that lineup. I don't care how people want to talk. Oh, no, because you're giving that money and, there's other holes and you don't got to. I went over this many times. I'll go over it right now. This is not hard. You got no production at first base with Juan Soto. You got you got barely any production for most of the year at second base. I like Gleyber Torres. I still like Gleyber Torres. But he didn't give you production all year. Is he a good player? Is it going to be easy to upgrade? Defensively, maybe you do, but offensively, okay, I'll give you that. That could be a question. Left field, center field, whatever position it is. Alex Verdugo is one of the worst offensive players in baseball. You're going to improve. So you don't have to sit there and go, okay, we get Soto. Now we have to get Christian Walker. No, you don't.
No.
Now we have to go out there and add a center field. Maybe we have to trade for Bellinger. Not necessarily. You don't have to.
No.
That's the difference. You got horrendous production out of multiple positions that are now opened. Again, I'll throw it on the screen. Francis likes this. It's opened. You know, however you want to look at left field. I got Dominguez in center field. It doesn't matter. Just go with it. Second base is open. First base is open. And one outfield spot is potentially open. Yankees bring Soto back. Maybe they feel Dominguez isn't it. I don't know. I hope they give him every opportunity. I think he more than deserves it. Or they look to add somebody else. Fact of the matter is, the positions that are opened, the Yankees can easily fill in and become so much better offensively. That is the plus. And on top of that, you're there with Soto for years to come and judge. You know you're getting production there.
Yeah. I mean, look, another thing that I think about, right? And I've been thinking about this over the last couple of days, actually, with Juan Soto, with regard to him. If you look at what's happened, right, with the Dodgers, they signed, you know, they traded for Mookie. They got Mookie over there. They're able to pair him with Freddie Freeman.
Right.
They let, you know, Corey Seager walk. They let Cody Bellinger walk. If I'm not mistaken, they did they? I don't know why this seems like hazy in my mind, but they traded for Trey before free agency, right?
Yes.
And then let him walk.
Yes.
Like, this is a
Correct.
team that has compiled a lot, star after star after star after star after star. And for whatever reason, with them, it just seems, oh, it's normal, it's normal. But then with the Yankees, people are like, oh no, they can't do it. They can't do. Every year we hear the same thing. They can't do it. They can't do. Why? If I'm
because
looking at,
it's just because of the Hal Steinbrenner thing.
it,
That's what it is.
and when you think about it, is it realistic when people say it though? No, because
No,
here's the thing.
it's not.
They got Ohtani over there now, right? They got Ohtani in the same offseason. They were able to parlay that into Yoshinobu Yamamoto, the best free agent pitcher available. They signed them both in the same offseason. Now, a year later, we have another young stud pitcher coming from Japan. And what have we been hearing all year? He's a Dodger.
Dodgers. And it's basically been like guaranteed that he's a
Or
Dodger.
your money back, like literally. And now they're trying to make the story. If you see the media, they do what they do all year. We saw the same thing with Judge's MVP. They say, no, Bobby Witt has a chance. There's an outside chance. Da, da, da.
Yeah.
They're doing the same thing right now. Oh, but the Yankees international pool money. Oh, in San Diego. Oh, he's friends with you, Darvish. Oh my God, Darvish.
Yep.
Listen, until I see him sign with somebody else, I am not going to believe that he is not going to be wearing Dodger blue next year. That is what it is.
I agree.
When I look at how that affects a Juan Soto, it does make me kind of sit back and wonder, well, if Juan Soto signs long-term with the Yankees, does he start becoming a pull for Dominicans to the New York Yankees? And a couple, Vladdy's a free agent a year away from now. Does now all of a sudden, the Yankees that he hated, do they look that much more attractive now that Juan Soto is there and he's the long-term guy?
Hey, man, I still think it's like we said, right? The hell with it. If you don't get him, go get him anyway.
Yeah,
Fuck it, get him anyway. Shit.
Here's my thing.
Take the risk. Why not?
If you're Vladdy, though, why would you not want to play with Juan Soto and Aaron Judge now? It's the same thing. If you were Ohtani, it's like when Ohtani went to free agency, but the Mets have money in Toronto and da-da-da. Bro, the Dodgers were giving him the opportunity to play with Freddie Freeman and Mookie Betts.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. It makes a difference.
And Freddie Freeman and Mookie Betts, and to be exactly 6 hours, like not 6 hours, a little more, but the closest that he could be in Japan.
Yeah.
I mean, can you beat that?
No, it's hard. And we said the same thing about Soto for a long time. You've had the experience of playing with Judge.
Yes.
You know what that's like.
Exactly.
Judge said the other day that he makes him better because he gets pitches and there's always somebody on base. It's something I talked about all year. You don't protect those two guys. You get on for those guys. That's their protection.
Exactly.
The bottom of the order getting on base, the top of the order doing their job. That's the protection. And when you hear them say that, trust me, Soto knows it too. I got a lot more good pitches to hit this year because Aaron Judge is hitting 58 homers behind me. I had 41 bombs this year, the most of my career. I would probably be the best player humanly possible, statistic-wise, playing for the New York Yankees. I witnessed that. I got to see that this year. That is what it is.
The numbers are there. My Dominican people love to say it all the time. Los numeritos están ahí. The numbers are there. There's no reason to argue or whatever when the numbers are there in black and white.
That translates to facts are the facts.
Exactly.
All right.
Juan Soto can go and look at his numbers from this season and realize I had statistically my best offensive year batting in front of this guy. And I did it wearing pinstripes. I did it in the jersey that people say it's the hardest to perform in. Like, what does this do for my legacy? If I'm able to do this over a prolonged period of time, if I'm able to win an MVP wearing that jersey, if I'm able to bring a championship to that city wearing that jersey, like, bro, I'm untouchable.
There's no bigger team, man.
And then that's when I start thinking, if I'm another Dominican guy, how do I say no to that? Like, it's not just Vladdy. There has been a youth push, and these are talented guys. What did Julio Rodriguez, what did he say before the beginning of the 24 season? He made a comment, and I remember me and you, we said something jokingly or whatever. He said, I want to win a World Series. I want to know what that feels like.
Yeah.
And me and you joked around and said, you're going to have to get the hell out of Seattle.
Seattle, facts.
You're going to have to get the hell out of there. Well, if you're Julio Rodriguez, and look, this is obviously a long way down the line. Seattle's a good team. They can add, they can whatever. I'm just spitballing, throwing shit at the wall.
Of course.
But if you're a guy like Julio Rodriguez, how do you not start looking over at the Bronx and saying, shit, man, wouldn't that be great? Like, imagine I was in that lineup.
Hey, I'll take you one even further. You got guys like Ellie De La Cruz that are huge Yankee fan. O'Neal Cruz, who's a huge Yankee fan.
Exactly.
You got a lot of great young talent there that are in situations where it's like, well, I know I'm not going to play here the rest of my career. So where do I go?
Oh,
what I mean? Where do I go next?
What about your Ketel Marte? He's a guy who's who's put his time in. He's been an all-star. He's been a phenomenal person. He got MVP votes this season. I think it's not even the first time he gets MVP votes. Yeah. This guy's a perennial. He's a great player. If Arizona lets Christian Walker go, and then this upcoming season is more the same from last season, he's a guy who probably starts looking over and says, "Damn, bro, like I'm over here, like look at Juan over there in New York, man. Look at what they're doing. Look at him and Jazz, bro. They're having a fucking ball over there, bro. This ain't the Yankees feel. This ain't the Yankees I grew up like thinking.
Not at all.
Have to shave, be all buttoned up and up. Yo, they having a party over there,
and that's gonna happen even more this coming season. They're gonna be more loose because they know they can do that now. It's gonna be. They're changing the way the Yankees are looked upon, and Juan Soto has to be a major part of that. We got a couple of super chats here. My guy, Vinny. By the way, that song has one of the greatest music videos of all time, if you guys haven't seen it yet. Vinny says, I'm a big believer in years don't matter, nor does the difference in 50 to 55 million per. Match any offer, write the check, and sign your guy. No excuses. I like the way you think of there, Vinny. I like the way you think. I think there might have been another one. Beast Mode. What do you think the offer will be for Soto? Hold on for that. I'm going to put that one onto the side real quick. Vinny then says, Vladdy said he'll never play for the Yankees. Yeah, money talks. See how fast you'll be a Yankee when you get a check for $400 million. Well, he also did take that away. He took that away.
He also said all the way back.
Yeah, Vladdy Sr. got to him and said, hey, stupido, shut it up. Cállate. Let's get it going, my guy. Come on, take it easy.
Pete was clearly in the room when they had that conversation because that's exactly what it sounds like. It
did. You heard the slap behind the head too.
On the back of the head. He's like, quítame esa vaina de la cabeza. He made him shave his head.
Yeah. He said, just for the hell of that, come on.
400 also 400 million is that's very generous. I don't know that Vladdy's deal looks like that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's less than that, to be honest.
I don't know that Vladdy's deal looks like that, to be honest with you. And he's another guy who I'm saying, yeah, again, when his time comes, Is he going to have higher offers on the table from other places? Again, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Juan Soto, though.
Could change
Juan
that.
Soto signing with the Yankees. It does give the Yankees back a little bit of that allure that we've been talking about them lacking for a little while now. That
Bingo.
whole thing when people love to say, you hear this mainly from, people from the other side of town and, Red Sox and all that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, but you guys are living in the past. These ain't the same Yankees, bro. People don't look at the Yankees like that anymore. They're not a distant, whatever. Juan Soto puts pen to paper. You're all going to have to shut the fuck up. All of you. Because not only did he say, oh, no, they are that, but we are really going to be that in the years coming.
Facts.
Because who in their right mind is going to tell you, oh, what they say, oh, but Judge is aging or whatever. Okay, when he's ready to be a full-time DH, Giancarlo Stanton's contract.
It's done. That's right.
Oh, he'll be the full-time DH. And let me tell you about Aaron Judge. The way that he swings the bat, ask anybody who knows about hitting, anybody who knows about baseball. He's got the kind of skills that aren't going to just diminish from one day.
They will not diminish that quickly, no.
So he's going to be a hitter for a
and that power,
time.
Especially too with the power. The power is going to stay there for a long time. But remember, Aaron Judge is not a guy that swings out his shoes.
Exactly.
You don't see him swing out his shoes. He got certain mechanics. He's a high average guy. He's going to be good for a very, very long time. Yes. We just had the question, and I'll get into this one a little bit. Why the hell not? I've never been a big fan of talking about who may be involved in a deal or what a deal may look like, but I'm open to doing that. It's the off season. This is the time to have fun. It's the time to kind of let your mind run free about who could be available. We talked about Vladdy. We're talking about Bellinger. When there's a rumor, we'll go out there and kind of divulge in it a little bit and talk about it. But when it comes to the final contract, what do you think that number actually looks like? Because there's some people out there saying 700 plus. I don't believe it's going to go that high. I really don't. I think you're looking 650 and under. Maybe it gets to 680. Maybe it gets, I don't. I'll be honest with you, man. I don't know. I really do not know. I couldn't tell anybody 100% what it's going to be, but I still kind of like the, what is it? 14. I don't think the Yankees go 14 years. I don't know why. I don't see the Yankees going 14 years. But 14 years, 45 million is 630 mil.
Exactly.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And the rumor is that's kind of what Boras and them, they're kind of seeking right now is 12 to 14 years at that high amount. So I don't know, man. Guys, do me a favor in the chat. Disregard Frodo. Disregard him. He never knows what the hell he's talking about. Just disregard him. Don't even pay no mind. I don't know exactly what the final number is going to be, but I think we can all agree it's going to be over 600 million. There's not going to be no contract when it's 580, 565. I don't think that's going to happen.
I mean, look, 700 is a very wild number, and I'm not going to sit here and say on November 24th in 2024 that Juan Soto won't get that from now to the end of his career. I can't say that. I am like resigned to the fact that there will 1000% be an opt-out in this deal that will result in him probably getting a little bit more money on the back end.
Right.
I just don't think that he signs for 700 right now. I think that if the contract negotiations get up to that point, I don't think he's a Yankee at that point. That's just me.
Yeah.
And as crazy as this may sound, I don't know that he should be at that point. I think
it's 700.
Yeah. 700.
700 becomes a bit nuts, to be honest with you. I mean,
it becomes that conversation that I think we had when we were with Kev on Bronx or Nothing, where it's like, if you're just a mercenary, I don't want mercenaries. I want people who want to be here. And I think the reason that I have the confidence that I do is because I feel like Soto wants to be here. I do feel that way. So I don't see it getting to that point. But if it got to that point, then it's clearly, I don't really want to be there. I want to be wherever I'm getting 700 million plus, and I can set a record and whatever. I just don't see that being him, though. Open to being wrong. the number is, look, if the Yankees don't go 14, I don't see how they get to 630, because I think,
Yeah, it's tough.
I think ideally their first offer is probably in the realm of 13 years, 47 million per year. That puts
Okay.
7 million over the record for any position player. The years is right up there with any free agent contract ever signed. And then the total dollars at 611 million are also well over for any position player. It breaks several records. It gives him a shit ton of money, including a $16 million a year raise. And it guarantees him a contract over the next 13 years through his age 39 season.
Yeah.
I could see that being the first offer on the table. Wouldn't shock me if the final offer signed, though, is 630 for 14 because he wants the extra year. I don't know.
That's, for some reason, I don't know why. I still have, that's where I am. I'm at the 630 mark, 630, 635, because look, you're right.
And that gets you down to 45 annually.
Yeah,
which I like a lot
yeah.
better.
Yeah, of course. And it works out better for the club because look, man, I'm never ever gonna shit on somebody for wanting their money, you know, in a chance to be the highest paid player of all time. But I do believe there is a point where you do walk away from that table. And I know that's a hard thing to do, but it's also not the hardest sell on planet Earth to your fan base if you have transparency. And I've talked about that a lot because there can even be a situation here, right, where he may come out there and go, Scott may call up Hal and go, look, he's offered, the Mets are giving him $650. We know you got, let's just say at that time, a $600 million offer on the table. Juan is telling me that he wants to play for you guys. What can be done? Then if Hal Steinbrenner sits there and goes, look, we're not going above 620, 625. And Boras comes to something minimal. And he goes, no, wait a second. You know, he wants to be at least 15 million in that range. So come to 630, 635. And the Yankees say no to that.
That's a problem.
Then I have an issue. That's a problem to me. If the Yankees have a hard line, no, it won't go up. But if the Yankees get a call and here they go, look, Steve has come through. Steve Cohen's come through with an offer, and he's looking to make him the highest contract of all time. It's $700 million. If the Yankees simply say, look, we offered 625, the highest we're gonna go. We'll even go up to 640, let's just say. Hell, fuck it. We'll go 650. And he goes, nope. He's going ahead that route. I hope the Yankees come out and just go, look, he wanted to be a New York Met. We did everything in our power to do that. We had to walk away at that moment because we came as high as we expect, as high as we want. And, you know, he went with the highest offer, and that's okay. But we gave it our all. We tried on that. $700 million is a lot of friggin' money.
Yeah.
And I know you guys are expecting to. No. We're just setting a parameter here where we would even say at that point, you probably do walk away. $700 million is a lot of money when you already do have multiple large contracts on this club. Not saying, you walk away. Are you going to be better? It's going to take a lot of hard work and a lot of creativity. I don't know if Brian Cashman's the guy for that. But I don't think, personally, I will sit here and look at you all and go, wow, he really got $700 million from the Mets. Holy shit. Like, hey, good for them. Hope it works out well. We'll see where it goes. But I would be shocked if it does go over $700 million. I really would be.
I don't see it going. I don't see it going $700 million. I think people have brought up that number because it has a shock value to it, because Ohtani signed that contract last offseason. I think what people are forgetting is that there's two very, very big differences between the Juan Soto sweepstakes and the Shohei Ohtani sweepstakes, right?
Facts. Very different.
The most important thing, Shohei Ohtani is a two-way player, all right? That doesn't mean he plays both ways. And he is a two-way player. He pitches and he hits, okay?
Decoy.
He pitches and he hits, all right? It's not a guy who pitches like, he throws 80 and, a little bit of movement. He is, when he's on the mound, he is dominating. He is an ace on the mound. He has ace stuff, elite stuff. This guy is Cy Young caliber on the mound. And then with a bat in his hands, he is MVP caliber. So
every year you can pencil him in.
Essentially, what the Dodgers paid for was an MVP bat and an ace arm. They paid about, I would say, $350 for the MVP bat and another $350 for the ace arm. With Juan Soto, you can guarantee that $350 because as a hitter, he's right there. What gets him the extra what gets him the extra $300 million in this terms for just being a hitter is the fact that he is 26 years old as it stands right now.
That's right.
So you are signing him in the prime of his life, in the prime of his career, right? God forbid an injury happens, you don't bat an eye because he's 26. You know he'll be back. Like you have so much time for him to produce for you. And on top of that, you've seen what he's done up to this point at 26 years old. History has told you baseball players are still getting better. So you may not have even seen his ceiling. That's how he gets to the 600 number and stuff like that. But 700, I just don't see it. I'm sorry. I just don't see it.
I don't see it either. And if it does go 700, I think it's fair to say he will be a New York Met, to be quite honest with you guys. If it goes to that amount, that's the only team that I really see doing that. I do not see the Yankees doing that.
And if they do go to 650, if they do get that call, like, well, you know, across town, we got 650 on the table, or say it gets even higher. They're like, oh, you know, they're getting a little desperate. They're pushing 665. That's what they're at. They're at 665. Juan, you know, he wants to know, could you guys get in the range? Could you get in the neighborhood? I could see the Yankees at that point saying, okay, we'll do 650 at 14, or we'll do 650 at 30, whatever. And they get the AAV down. It's still a record-breaking AAV. It still gets them the total dollars up around 6.
Yeah.
And again, there's a lot of ways that you can do this. And the fact that Hal Steinbrenner is the one having that conversation is what gives me the confidence, because he's not going to be like, oh, I don't know, let me call. No, the person to call is you. Like,
and to me, it also has to be one of those moments where Hal Steinbrenner you gotta stop the back and forth here. And you got to call the bluff and go, look, if he wants to be a Yankee, I'm willing to make this deal. But this deal is done now. There is no additional back and forth. This is one more call is my last call. Like, if I'm giving this offer, this is it. He wants to sign. He wants to be here. I'll go up. But now I'm out of my comfort zone. I want him back. And hopefully you guys see this as my goodwill to want him back. But that contract needs to be signed now. We're not going to play this game forever. And I think that's going to have to happen at some point if it gets to that area where it keeps going up, back. Oh, now they want this. Yeah. Well, they went up here. No. Enough of this.
Predicting. And here's what's crazy, right? When you think about the whole thing, like last year, the Ohtani thing and whatever, Yamamoto, that was a different thing. But even that, like the Ohtani, he was flying around to different places and meeting people and sitting with people, whatever. It was a whole different thing. Soto didn't fly and whatever. He went to Boras Corp in California. Everybody came to him. It was a week of meetings. Bang, bang, bang. And then a weekend came. And then the following week, the Yankees, and then the Dodgers. And then we didn't hear anything after that. We heard that the Phillies maybe never came to fruition. And now this weekend, we're hearing that the offers could start coming in as early as this week. So what does that lead us to believe? That leads us to believe that the teams firmly in the mix as of today for Juan Soto are the Mets, the Boston Red Sox, the Toronto Blue Jays, the Los Angeles Dodgers, and the New York Yankees.
Yes, correct.
It's 5 teams. The offers start coming in this week. When the offers start coming in this week, I would imagine that almost immediately you'll probably be able to take off a team like Toronto, a team like...
No doubt about it. Quickly.
A team like LA. Why would I say LA? Because I think LA was in on it as long as they could defer big money. And we heard early that they're not into deferring money.
Not at all.
So I think once that offer comes in with deferred money, it's like, yeah, we're not going to do that.
Yes.
So then
agreed.
I think you get down to the nitty gritty of this whole thing really quickly. Yankees, Mets, and one other team. And I think once it gets there, I don't think it's going to be a crazy back and forth for weeks and it turns into months and shit like that.
I agree.
I think it's what we said at the beginning of the show. You're Juan Soto. You want to be back in DR early in December, already knowing where you're going to report early next year so that you can get to work.
Agreed.
That's it. Like I don't think it's gonna be a really long thing. I don't.
No, I'm right there. I am 100% right there with you. Got a couple of super chats here. My guy Replay Up. He says, let's get back to being the evil empire. And that starts with signing one Juan Soto.
Sign the contract, big boy. Sign the contract.
Kyle Malay says, I'm saying it right now. Soto will be a Yankee. 14 years, $630 million. And when he's done playing, he will be the manager of the Yankees. My goodness. Holy shit. Joe Schoentrain says, would you say we get Alex Bregman and Blake Snell? No. I'll say no on both of those. I do not see that happening at all. But the good news is in
Bregman
due
is Boras
time.
too, right?
Bregman is Boras, yes, and he's asking for a lot.
I'm telling you, Boras really has his freaking work cut. People aren't thinking about this. We're already Thanksgiving.
He got Petey, right?
He's got Pete Alonso, Blake Snell, Alex Bregman. I mean, we're already at Thanksgiving. The winter meetings are a week and a half away. Like, it behooves him to get the Soto deal locked in, done, because those other deals aren't going to be as cut and dry. Like, I think I don't know what the market is for Bregman, but I think that's a market you have to build and figure out, especially the numbers they're talking about.
Yeah, and just the other thing too to talk about here is if you take a look at who is available via free agency, there's not a ton. There really isn't. I mean, you look at the first baseman, look at some positions real quick that the Yankees are in need of. Christian Walker, Pete Alonso, Carlos Santana, Paul Goldie. I mean, I don't think Goldie's coming to the Yankees. I don't think there is. Carlos Santana, I think, could be a possibility, especially if they sign Soto. I could see that. There's not much there. You don't want to bring Joey Gallo back, I don't think. Anthony Rizzo would never shock me if he came back on a small one-year deal. That would not surprise me at all. I don't want it, but I wouldn't be shocked by it, put it that way. Second base, you don't got, much over there. I mean, Gleyber Torres, but we've already heard multiple times Gleyber's time is likely done. Kim could make some sense for the Yankees at second base. Willie Adames is going to get a shit ton of money. So there's not a ton out there. When people go, well, they lose Soto, I guess you just got money to spend, right?
No.
Probably not really. There really isn't much. It may not be intelligent to go out there and spend a lot. It might be one of those years where you look around and go, maybe we could trade for a guy like Vlad. Maybe we could sign one player and then we build with our youth and see what happens. But I'm telling you, man, that lineup, no matter what you do without Soto being in there, it makes things very tough. It makes things very, very tough.
Yeah, you look at what's out there in the field and it's just
not much, man.
You could almost see them doing something that fans would absolutely lose their shit over. But you could almost see them say, like, yeah, I think we're going to have to stand pat. Like, we're not going to sign a bad deal.
I mean, would you be mad at them for that?
Yeah, no, I mean, would I be mad? No, because there's a lot of deals out there that I wouldn't want to sign.
That's what I'm saying. It's tough. It's hard.
But I think for me, a lot of fans are going to be like, well, how do you do nothing? You got to do something. It's that what's out there. What are you going to do? You're going to give Bregman $300 million?
No way. No way in hell.
He moves the needle for these Yankees that much? $300 million? I don't know the team that he moves the needle for that much. I think the only team that it really behooves them to pay him a really, really good amount of money, it would be the Astros themselves, and they've seemed reluctant to do it. So
even a player that's like been in the East, like an Anthony Santander, I'm not locking him up all those years though, because he's never I like the player a lot. I really do. I like Santa. I talk about him all the time in Baltimore. He's a Yankee killer. He seems to be able to play well under big lights. I like him a ton. Switch hitter, very good player. I don't expect him to be a guy that's going to come close to the home run numbers, at least, that he did last year. I could really see there being a bit of a fall off for a guy like him once he signs a nice deal somewhere. Teoscar Hernandez is good. Do you want to lock him in long term? I mean, it gets really tough. The only real sexy name out there is the guy you already had in it, Soto. I mean, that's the one that makes the most sense for the Yankees to be able to sell your franchise and your fan base we are coming back. We missed the World Series. We lost. And by the way, too, I don't even want to spend time on this, but the type of shit that some people are just allowed to write and put out there or talk about, Ben Verlander talking about the Yankees aren't a World Series caliber team with or without Soto. They just went. Like, I mean, I don't know what you're trying to.
How stupid can you be?
I mean, like, before you send that, I don't know if he doesn't have an editor, but doesn't somebody look it over and go, Ben, wait a second. They were just 3 wins away from winning the World Series. They were in it with Soto.
And he's lying. I put out the tweet. It says every time he talks about the Yankees, it's just cap. It all comes out of his mouth. He's capping hella hard for whatever. I don't know, but it has to be just clickbait when you think about it. It has to be just clickbait.
It's got to be. It makes no sense. It makes no sense whatsoever.
For you to sit there and say, "Oh, they beat the doors off of the Yankees." Who the fuck? What doors did they beat?
No, they didn't.
The Yankees were the first team. Were the first team that freaking had them looking human. They weren't even scoring that many freaking runs. The Yankees were beating themselves. The Dodgers have said as much to anybody who puts a mic in front of them. Yeah. Now, well, we just knew we just had to play fundamental baseball, and they were going to make some mistakes. Yeah, they were waiting for mistakes. They didn't beat the doors off of If you want to say they beat the doors off of somebody, you could say they did that to the Mets. They tagged them for like 46 runs.
None of those games were beatdowns against the Yankees. Every single game in reality could have went to either team. I mean, that is the truth of the situation.
The people who have been there and done that, the veterans, the coach, the manager, Dave Roberts, your Freeman's, do you notice none of them have come out and said no shit like that? Why? Because they know they've been there and done it, and they realize that regardless of how that World Series finished, if you were in those games and you played there, it was a lot closer than a 4-1 win. At the end of the day, it resulted in a 4-1 win, and on paper, it's a 4-1 win. If you watched any one of those freaking games, you can't sit there and say, "Oh, they beat the doors off them." They had to come back to win in game 1. They had to come back to win in game 5. We beat them in game 4. Like, what are we talking? In game 2, the Yankees had an opportunity to take a lead late in the game, and like,
man, 100%. It's a bullshit article. It's more of the type of clip. And let's be real here, bro. Isn't he Fox Sports?
Something like that. Yeah.
Look who's behind you. You don't got a clickbait. People should be listening to you for you. A lot of NYU. We don't have a big engine behind us that says, "Oh, we'll pump it for you. Don't worry about it. You guys just keep doing your thing." Like, you got a network or a company in general like Fox behind you pushing your stuff. To me, like, you don't need to be the guy that's putting out bullshit clickbait to get people to watch or listen to you. That to me is silly. Yeah. But hey, it's also too part of the times that we're living in, I guess.
That's what people are doing now.
Couple of super chats here. Eric says, Pete, is it possible Boras tries to package a deal for Soto and Pete Alonso? No. I don't think so. That's not Boras's MO to do stuff like that. I don't see that happening. If the Mets want to get both, or whoever wants to get both, they're going to have to pay for both. Vinny says, if you ever lost Soto, you hold off on big deals and sign Vladdy and Tucker next year. With that being said, sign Soto. I mean, both of those names are certainly better than what is available right now. They could still also be, positions of need for the Yankees going into that would be the 2026 season. But we're all focused on 2025. I don't care about nothing else. Like I said, man, the minute Soto signs with the Yankees, you guys know we're going to be live with you, breaking it all down and, looking at the next moves after that. And guess what? Same way as the other way. If Soto's no longer a Yankee, we're going to see what do they do next. I'll tell you now, I'm sorry, but you're going to be hearing Vlad Jr.'s name a lot from me because I feel like you almost have to. I don't see much other moves out there that make sense. Now, that is also not me saying that it's a guarantee. That's just me simply saying for my mindset, that's something I'd push because if you could get a deal in place and you could say the only way I trade off these prospects is if we do have 48 hours to negotiate. You were just going to give Soto that money. Why not lock him long term? Get that deal done. You got a first baseman for years and years to come. You also got a 2-3 punch with Judge that, yes, it's righty-righty. You could compare the play or however you like, but Vlad is pretty damn good. He's also 25 years old. So, you have another guy there that you can sign 10 years, whatever the hell it is to spread it out. Yeah. And maybe it'll really pay off for the Yankees. He's, fits the role of a villain, no doubt about it. I think the Yankees need that. But in due time, if that's something we got to talk about, we'll talk about it. But as the Rambo just said, sign Soto and trade for Vladdy. I love that shit. I will love it.
That's to me.
I'd friggin' love it.
To me, and I think people are saying, hey, I see somebody in there. The Jays wouldn't trade Vladdy. You don't know what you don't. First of all,
you don't know
this is not the league that we grew up in.
Francis, can we agree on one thing? I'm not a Jays fan.
No.
The Jays are about this close. They've been flirting with it for years now of knocking it down and redoing it. Pearson didn't work out the way they wanted. All their top prospects, barely any. I mean, look, I'm saying after Vlad and after Bo Bichette took off, the other guys haven't really panned out. They got the one good lefty starter coming up. He's been injured a lot, but they've been flirting with the idea of tearing it down, getting rid of and rebuilding. So for anybody to sit there and act like there's no way they'll do that, why? Are they competing? Can they compete?
No, but this the issue is it's very clear with the Blue Jays right now. If you're looking at where the Orioles are, and you're looking at where the Yankees are, it's like
Boston.
Look, right, Boston is on the rise. Also, you missed your opportunity almost. You had a window, right, and you went out and you spent money. You got Kikuchi, you got Gossman, you brought in Springer, you got Bo Bichette. You have it didn't work. It didn't. It wasn't for lack of trying. You tried, but it didn't work. And if you're reading the tea leaves, which I don't know how you're not, and before I'm going to pause right now because I can't believe we've had well over 400 in here, close to 500, and we still don't got 200 likes. Come on!
Oh my God! Hit that like! Oh, shout out to Chris from NYST.
Tommy likey. Tommy want wingy.
That will live on, damn it,
forever. But I'm telling you, if you read the tea leaves and you look at, it's like they're telling us, they're sending smoke signals. If they were keeping Vladdy, he should have been extended already.
No question about it.
What's the holdup at this point?
We've been talking about it almost every year now.
You're not telling me that you're going to let him go into his walk year and then sign him in free agency like the Yankees did. I don't see that. I don't see that. If they do sign anybody to an extension, I think that their choice will probably be Bo Bichette. And I think they probably say, all right, we'll see. Let's see what we can get. Let's see if we can trade, Vladdy for some pieces that are MLB ready now and some things that are MLB close. And let's start to retool. Maybe not a full on rebuild, but a retool. I could 1000% see that. You think about the Yankees and what they would have to offer. Look, it's not going to be fun, and nobody wants to hear names like this or whatever, but you talk about Jason Dominguez, Spencer Jones, and then pitchers like Clark Schmidt, Louis Heel. Like, you give them 2 of the 4 players I just named, that's already the headline to one hell of a freaking return because you're getting MLB ready back.
No question about it.
You obviously have to add a bunch of other, players and whatever to supplement, but shit, who knows? Maybe you even throw Stroman in the deal like that. He's had success in Toronto. It gives them an arm who they know is going to be reliable there for them all season long to get them through the year. You get a young pitcher with tons of upside. You get a young outfielder, tons of potential. Like, I mean, I'm freaking putting the deal together in my head. It doesn't sound bad, and it doesn't sound out of the realm of possibility. It just doesn't.
Facts. But no, it's the Yankees. The Yankees certainly would have the players that would open up the eyes of Toronto. There's no denying that. Now, I would look, me personally, if it was like a Schmitty and a Spencer Jones, plus maybe a couple of lower level pieces, maybe you get Vladdy and something else back, sign me up. You know what I mean? That's something I'm very, very willing to do. If you're talking Louis Heel, you talking Jason Dominguez, that's a little worrisome to me. But again, when you're talking about, well, this deal goes through if we strike a deal, other than that, it doesn't. Well, you're not getting 1 year of Vladdy. You're getting 11, maybe 12. Yeah. And you're locking him in long term, and it's not Soto money. You still have money to mess around with potentially after that. It is something that I think as a ball club, you got to sit back and go, let's think about this. Yeah. Let's really think about this. Somebody just mentioned a comment. How do you feel about Murakami? Well, Murakami's going to be, I want to say it's next off season or maybe the following off season after that. He started off really bad because he was very out of shape. And last year, the second half, he absolutely was an absolute beast. He was an absolute beast. He was phenomenal. So he will eventually be a possibility, but again, you know, those international guys, it's always tough. When it be a free agent, there'll be a lot of money. It's tough.
After next season.
It's after next season. Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, I
After
mean,
next season, he'll probably be posted.
there'll
Likely.
be possibilities there, but these guys are gonna want to come to the Yankees. It's as Francis is saying. Look, one thing that Otani's doing for the Dodgers is he's opening up that Asian market a big way. Because look, we also just won a World Series, so we've done it in the WBC together. Now you got Yamamoto here. Maybe you get Sasaki. Hey, those guys are gonna keep raising their hands, going, "I want to win a World Series with Otani."
Exactly.
It's like playing with Babe Ruth. It's
On top of
literally
that-
like for them playing for the greatest player that was born in your continent and going, I'm winning World Series with this dude. Why would I not want to be a part of that history? It's a great selling point.
Their country holding this as a badge of honor. Like, we didn't, go to the MLB and take over, the Colorado Rockies, or we didn't go and take over, I don't know, Tampa Bay. We right now we own the Dodgers. We are the Dodgers. Japan, is the Dodgers. Like, that is a flex, and they are enjoying the shit out of that in Japan, and they would probably love to continue enjoying the shit out of that in Japan, and that's why you're going to see a lot of Japanese players coming over, because honor, culture, their country, patriotism, it's very big for them. It's very big for them. It's very important to them. So why wouldn't they want to come over here and play there? Makes sense. But again, this is why I'm saying Juan Soto to the Yankees, that contract pays for itself in a myriad of ways, because I think the same goes for us Dominicans. Dominicans from the island, Dominicans from here in this country. The reason that there was this attachment, right, with those Red Sox teams, and everybody knows this, is because it felt like that was the Dominican team. Pedro, Manny, Poppy. Like, yes, there were Dominicans spread throughout the league. It wasn't the first time a Dominican played baseball in MLB. They were all over the league. But to have 3 stars on one team, and they were winning and they were doing great, it just felt like the Dominican national team. It was a moment. It was our moment, and we felt it, and it was real, and it was our thing. And that's why they got behind the Red Sox. Now, I didn't, because I'm a Yankee. So I couldn't. I had to take those L's, man. But I had all types of friends and family, everybody flocking over to buy that hat with the red B. It was disgusting.
Sickening.
Now, though, I'm looking at my team, my Yankees, the team that everybody, all the racist organization, they have an opportunity to do the funniest shit in the world and to say, yeah, Boston, that was cute. But now we're going to do it. We're going to do it with Juan Soto. We're going to do it with this guy. We're going to do it with that guy. They can do it. It's right in front of them.
That's right. As Booney famously says, shout out to Booney over there.
It's right.
But I do want to address this in the chat. People saying that Otani is not Babe Ruth. He is indeed the Babe Ruth of Asia. There's not even a conversation. Shohei Otani is the Babe Ruth of Asia. So maybe you heard me wrong. I never said he's Babe Ruth. I never said he's better than. I never even touched that. Babe Ruth played ages and ages and ages and ages ago. He's the greatest of his time. One of the founders of baseball. Otani is, in fact, the equivalent of Babe Ruth in Asia. It's not even a maybe, I don't know, possibly, yes. 100% of Asia he is. There's no denying that.
Period. Like, there's
no
denying
that. Not at all.
Shouts out to Tony, to Rivera, man, just saying,
Tony!
We had, the Yankees, we had the Body Yankee, we had Bernie, we had Posada, I believe Tino Martinez, and we did. And I loved it. I'm half Puerto Rican. I was with it. But then after, Boston countered that, and then our guys were getting older, and then they fell off, and then they were running. And then since then, we haven't seen it. Now, I feel like we're about to see it on the West Coast with those Dodgers and the Japanese players. But I feel like, why not? And I'm not saying like the Yankees are going to go out and we're going to sign people just because they're Dominican. No. I'm saying that now, when a free agent or a trade target that is a superstar who also happens to be Dominican becomes available, the New York Yankees become one hell of an attractive place if Juan Soto is sitting there in right field. And there's no doubt about it. You think we did what we did this year, right? And I like Steven got both my flags in the chat right now. Both my flags.
A little boom, boom, boom. Okay.
We think that Juan Soto was probably the only one looking at what the fans and stuff were doing and right. No. I've heard other players. David Ortiz was just talking about it. Teoscar made mention of it. The Dominicans all around the league. They all took notice of that shit that we did, us fans, that we did this season. They put that shit, put the league on notice. Damn, bro. Look at how crazy they going for Juan Soto and Rev. That's what, trust me, they're watching. They're watching.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
You think that they don't want to experience that? Hell yeah, they want to experience that. With just 20 minutes from
becomes a draw, man.
Come on.
It becomes a draw.
Hell yeah.
It becomes a draw for players, no doubt about it. And look, we had the Yankees have had A-Rod, but A-Rod isn't looked upon like that, like a Soto is, and those guys are. It's a little different for Alex.
There was
Robbie Cano was.
Cano definitely
when Cano and Melky were there, they kind of had that personality that this team is kind of bringing into this year. But the Yankees obviously split that up, thinking it was a problem for Robbie. But that story is now over, and the Yankees are redoing it with Soto. We saw what it looked like for one damn year. I mean, and again, the one thing I know that Hal Steinbrenner does know, he knows that bottom line. He saw what the revenue was this year. He saw the increase in it. The increase in it, it wasn't for Marcus Stroman. That's not a knock on Marcus. It wasn't because the Yankees brought in Alex Verdugo. It wasn't that. It wasn't because they traded for Jazz. It wasn't that. It was because Juan Soto became a member on December 6th on one of the biggest trades that I could remember being a Yankee fan. That's exactly what it was. That changed everything. I remember getting messages going, season tickets I'm picking up now.
Yep. Listen.
They weren't moving before that. I know that for a fact because I had the conversations. They weren't moving. I think it was reported also.
I bet you it's the same right now.
100% it is. I guarantee it is.
Right now.
You think many people. Let me ask you guys a question. You got money, but you're not like rich, but you're like, I enjoy my season tickets. You're looking at that team right now. And you go, I'm holding off. Why are you holding off? Well, I want to see what happens with Soto. I bet there's a lot of people out there saying that. No doubt about it. So let me tell you guys this right now, man. You hear that? You're waiting, man. You're waiting until Soto signs and going, I'll spend the money. But other than that, you could say, you know what? Man, some other things would make sense. I could redo the roof. I don't know. I mean, I could go on that.
Gotta get those gutters changed.
I get those gutters changed. There's a lot of things I could do. Some nice landscaping around. There's a lot of stuff I could put that money to. Yeah, but if Soto comes back, I already know what I'm doing.
Exactly.
And there's a lot of people that are thinking like that right now, man. I guarantee it.
Bro,
I guarantee it.
My thing too, and I've been harping on this for a while this episode, so I'll leave it at that here. But another thing too that I think is also a point, because like I told you, I've been thinking about this a lot the last couple of days. If I'm a player, right? I'm a Dominican player in the league, up and coming star or a superstar. It's another thing that's really hard for me to pass up on. Is if Juan Soto comes back, I mean, it's hard for me to not think that I won't be better playing with him every day. It's hard for me to think that I won't improve being around him. This guy is an animal. He's a monster. He's a robot. Everybody knows it. They're like, they want to get around. They want to get the tips and tricks. They want to know what the hell he does. They don't know what it is. They want to figure it out. On top of that, Aaron Judge is here too. So it's like, you're talking about I could side with the Yankees and I could be around these two motherfuckers. Like,
correct.
How am I not going to get better?
It's a draw.
How am I not going to get better? There's just no way. All the knowledge of hitting in that one freaking clubhouse, like, how do you not look at that and say, I'm gonna be better on that? I'll be a better player on that team. There's no doubt. Better.
No doubt about it. And Alexander Gordon, I'm gonna address your comment here. He goes, the Yankees will still draw because of 99. Now there will be a slight decline if Soto is gone, but it won't last. Let me tell you something, brother. There wasn't just a slight increase. It was a major increase. Yeah. And that is one person. That has nothing to do with Aaron Judge. And that's not knocking Aaron Judge. Judge is a draw. There's no denying that. The Yankees could eventually, in a few years, people will forget, and they're still going to sell. I'm not saying they're not. Would it be what they sold last year? Probably not. If Soto's gone, no, I don't think it will be. The fact of the matter is, Soto was a major player in their increase in revenue this season. A major player. And we're not talking about a slight increase. It was a major increase. Yes, they went to the playoffs. Yes, they went to the World Series. I know all that is involved. But if you remember people that gone to Yankee Stadium, I remember when it happened and they did the Soto, what was it? The Soto jersey, the basketball jersey?
Basketball jersey.
Bro, everybody told us. They said I had never seen lines at Yankee Stadium. I think Michael Kay and them were talking about it.
Everybody.
They said they
Jack
never
Curry,
seen lines at Yankee
everybody.
Stadium like they had with Juan Soto's day of the giveaway. They never
Juan
saw
Soto
lines
jersey.
like that.
Early
I remember,
afternoon.
again, when I was talking to my guys about doing the Audi Club and all that stuff, I remember everybody telling me, yeah, the season tickets are down. It was down a shit ton. They signed Soto, boom, through the roof. And the Yankees, by the way, this is something that we've talked about a lot. Me and Francis has talked about this a long time. They haven't even done everything they could do yet.
Nope.
They haven't done everything they could do yet when it comes to Juan Soto and making the Scarol.
Yep.
They haven't done everything yet. There's so
Possibilities
much
are
more.
endless.
It's endless what they could do and how much more money they could make. Trust me, Hal Steinbrenner knows that. He knows that better than anybody. That is why he's going to be looking to spend that money. No denying that.
Bro, there's just so much you can do. You can do so many different things. I mean, you gave Judge the judge's chambers. You could do something somewhere, you know, like the Heights or whatever. So you could do so much different shit. So much. El Patio in Yankee Stadium would be fire.
Unbelievable.
The location of Yankee Stadium that you guys just refer to as El Patio, and you got like Dominican food stuff there, like chimneys and freaking, all types of, like, I'm talking about palito de queso, empanadas, like all that stuff, yaroas in a freaking spot in Yankees. You know the shit that you can do.
Huge.
You know what we talking? Like you watching the
Huge.
game and you drinking a Presidente with a chimney in your hand and Juan Soto's up to bat.
Yep.
Get the heck out of here. El Patio. I mean, I think we just gave them $1 billion idea for free. So if y'all
That's
do
what
that,
we do.
we want our chicken.
That's what we do over here at the U. And LB, nobody look. I sometimes this is why I love doing podcasts, because people kind of sometimes hear what they want to hear. Nobody's saying the Yankees aren't the Yankees without Soto. Nobody's saying that. We're just saying that there's proof of them being a major increase revenue-wise, bottom line, with Soto being on the club. Who is the Soto for next year besides Judge? Who's the guy that they're going to sit there and go, we're selling tickets because of that dude? We know Judge already.
They're gonna
we're selling tickets for that dude.
No, they're gonna do like a Jazz Chisholm basketball jersey night or some shit like that. And look,
and it's gonna be a regular day.
I love Jazz. I love
him too.
It's not the same. I think
regular
Jazz
day
himself will tell you this. It's not the same. It's just not.
It's a regular day.
It's not the same. You're talking about, look, these players, guys, they're few and far between. This shit doesn't happen often. All right. The reason that people didn't really feel it with Judge is because, Judge was a homegrown Yankee. He was here that whole time, and then he went to free agency or whatever like that. But I would love to know, like, what it felt like being a San Francisco Giants fan in that moment. I mean, they probably thought like, yo, we're getting Aaron fucking Judge, bro.
Oh, they were going through the roof.
Yo, we're signing Aaron Judge, bro. This dude is a monster, bro. He hits for average. He hits home runs, bro. He's the best. Yo, he's got a Gold Glove potential in the outfield, so long as you don't play him in center. But you know what I'm saying? He's a beast. I mean, he might drop a ball in the 5th inning, but it doesn't matter. He's a monster. Oh my God, we're getting Aaron Judge. I mean, can you imagine? Like thinking that you're getting a player of that magnitude, bro, it's not the same. This shit doesn't happen.
No,
this doesn't happen. I love Jazz. It's not the same, dog.
No, he's not. Anybody seeing it as all Jazz is that he's not, guys. He's not Juan Soto. Stop it. And look, we're talking about there's an aura. Jazz has an aura. Jazz doesn't have a draw yet.
He has an aura. That's a fact.
Could he get a draw? Maybe, but you're fooling yourself if you think any other player besides Judge is a draw like Juan Soto is. There is no other guy. Garrett Cole is not a draw like Juan Soto is. Juan Soto is a draw, folks. He's a Madison Square Garden main event. So is Judge. He's one of those guys that say he's on the card. People are going to show up. Don't worry. He's one of those.
There's only a hand. If you look around the league, like we could sit here, we could do this real quick, honestly, because there's just not that many.
There's not many at all.
Ohtani,
Yep.
Aaron Judge,
Yep.
Juan Soto,
Yep.
Tatis Jr.
Yep.
It's slowing down. For Harper. Okay. It's slowing down. Like where are we going? I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Francisco Lindor. Here's why.
For the Mets, yeah.
He's the best to me. He's the best Puerto Rican in all of baseball right now. And
yeah, I think that's fair game.
Is huge in Puerto Rico, just like it is in DR, whatever. He is the guy. So for me,
I think that's fair.
Francisco Lindor, 1000% also. I think who are we missing though? Like
I'm thinking of the teams right now. A lot of National League clubs, teams that made the postseason. No.
I mean, think about it. Let's say, I mean, who look at Atlanta right now. Been a great team for a long time. Who is Acuna? Is he a draw on that level though?
I don't think he's a draw on that level.
I don't think so.
People got to remember, because I see some people talking about Tatis. You got to remember one thing about Fernando. People also hate him. That's a draw.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, y'all got Tatis fucked up. The thing about Tatis,
he's a draw.
Guys, MLB put Tatis on the cover. The San Diego Padres gave him a 14-year, 1-4 extension. They didn't let
Bro, he is fucking, the dude is electric. He's electric.
You understand? Free agency was like 2 towns away. They was like, nah, we getting off here. We're not even playing this game.
Bro, is he not the funnest player in the game to watch?
To me, there's no argument about
this.
There's
no argument there. He's 100% I tweeted it during the playoffs. Everybody like, oh, you're a Yankee fan. I'm like, bro, he's the most exciting player to watch in baseball. I don't care what anybody says.
He is electricity caught in a bottle. Okay,
no doubt about it.
And I look, I'm telling you right now, I love Juan Soto. Love it. I think that when I look back at the Padres or whatever, one of the toughest things for me looking at that team was, I don't know if two bottles of electricity like that would have ever worked long term.
Yeah, probably not.
And it's not because either one of them is bad. It's just that nature, bro.
Yeah.
It's nature. It was too much electricity in one dugout, I think. But how could you not look at Tatis and say, no, but Tatis is that fucking guy. He puts the dreads, he dyes them blonde, he dances, everything he does, he has people copy around. You see how Soto got people doing the shuffle? Make no mistake about it. Tatis got people doing the little jump before third base when they hit home runs. I've seen videos of that shit.
Bro, just dancing in the outfield, the bat throws,
bro, the bat flips.
You know, he really, the bat flips, man, he really brought that shit to a new level.
For real, bro. He took that
he brought that shit to a new level.
Bro. He's that guy. Trust me. Don't sleep on him. Outside of the people we said, Ohtani, Judge, Soto, Harper, Tatis, Lindor, we're at 6.
It's hard. I feel bad if I'm missing anybody, but I
don't think
these type of players in my mind, they come to your mind immediately. And I saw some people going O'Neal Cruz, Ellie, but you got to give them time. They're not there yet. They're not there. Bobby Witt could be. He's a draw in town.
Bobby
definitely.
Witt Jr. is
He's borderline. He's borderline for me.
I think he's getting there.
Yes, he needs to do it again. You need to see it again.
Here's the thing with Bobby Witt. Bobby Witt just had a phenomenal season. Whatever, all hats off to him. Whatever, right? Beautiful. If he comes back with like a Gunnar Henderson type thing,
right,
it could go just like that.
Correct.
That's the crazy thing.
Where he plays and the attention he gets from where he plays,
is
crazy. He needs to continue that next year again. He does that next year, then yeah. He deserves to be in that list.
That's a good point to make because he's freaking doing it from Kansas City, which is really hard. Paul Skeens could be. He's
Skeens, but he has to do the same thing.
Yeah,
we got to see it again.
He comes back again. Like if he wins a Cy Young in the next 2 years,
forget about it.
That's a problem. He's going to be
forget about it.
He's a draw and a half.
I wanted to address this real quick because this is something too that fans say, and I love when fans say this because it's honestly over the top ridiculous. LB says you give Soto $50 million, Aaron Judge gets hurt, and they don't make the playoffs. Can I just let me explain to you guys something here. He goes to the Mets. He gets $50 million. Francisco Lindor is out for the year. They're a worse team. They may not have as good as a chance to make the postseason. Hell, he goes to the Red Sox. Devers gets hurt. He's out for the year. They may not have as good as a chance to get to the postseason without one of their other best players. That is called baseball. If Judge gets hurt, he might get hurt. It doesn't matter. That is called baseball.
Exactly.
If one of your better players gets injured, your chances have diminished to win. This is not, come on, brother. You got to have a better reason of that.
Yeah, this is not rocket science. I don't know what people are talking. I saw somebody mention Devers. Devers is a great player.
I don't see him there at all.
Great
Not from
player,
overall baseball.
Phenomenal
though.
player. He's not that though.
No.
Like, here's the thing.
Not.
Put it like this. Like, when have you seen what the Yankees fans were doing in right field for Juan Soto off a trade and one guaranteed year of him? I've never seen that in Fenway. He's been there forever.
Yeah.
Like, he's a great player. He's their best player by far right now. I don't think there's even a conversation or a question about it. But is he that draw? Like, do you see people saying like, oh, like, hey, like, do you want to, hey, like, do you want to play with Rafael Devers? Like, it's no disrespect to him, but it's like,
he's not a draw, man.
Think about it. The playoffs started. Put it like this. The playoffs started, right? They had promos for every playoff team or whatever. And then they ran another promo aside all of those of Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani.
Of course, because
baseball
got everything they wanted in that deal. But I'll even pull this up here because you're looking at some of the best players in baseball. Not many of these guys are draws. Aaron Judge, we know. Bobby Witt, we said he's borderline, got to do it again. Shohei Ohtani, he is. Gunnar Henderson, got to do it again. I mean, there's no doubt about it. He got to keep up. Duran, great friggin' player, got to keep showing it. Soto certainly is. Chapman's not. Lindor, I agree, is. Jose Ramirez is phenomenal. He's not a draw, in my opinion.
He's not. That's what's crazy.
He's not a draw, and he's phenomenal.
Can't argue with the numbers.
Yeah, Marte, also phenomenal. Not a draw. This is not disrespectful to any of these players. These are great, great athletes, great Major League ball players. They're not draws like that. They're just not.
I see somebody and they just threw the name in that I was back and forth with for a while. Trout was a draw. Yep. Trout 1000% was a draw. There was a time before Judge, before Ohtani, where it was just Trout, that they could not stop saying the man's name. He was Ohtani before Ohtani. He was Judge before Judge. It was Trout's world, and we were just living in it.
That's right.
Trout is the definition of what we're talking about. He was a draw, but he's on the downside of his career. He's not anymore. I also saw somebody bring up J-Rod. J-Rod, he was one of those stories where we said it. He was on the way. He had a down year, underachieved. If he doesn't bounce back in 2025, it's real hard for me to say he's still that draw. I think he has it in him, the showman, the attitude, the style, the swag. It's there, but you got to have the numbers to back it up, or else it just doesn't go.
Yeah. LB says, I don't care about other teams. Look at the Dodgers. Mookie Betts got injured for 2 months. Freeman lost time because of his kid, and they finished number 1. What are you talking about? Garrett Cole barely pitched all year. He's one of the Yankees' best pitchers. What did he throw? 70-something innings, I think?
Yeah,
something like that. Aaron Judge was non-existent in the first month and a half almost of the season. He was horrible. Absolutely terrible.
A lot of time.
So I think, again, what you're saying, you can do with every single team in baseball. The Yankees also finished first. Could you make an argument that Garrett Cole is top 5 best pitchers in Major League Baseball when he's healthy?
Right now?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay, they went without him for most of the year.
Exactly.
They were in first place. Aaron Judge, again, was non-existent for the majority of the time. Also, first base, nobody produced. Second base, nobody produced. Left field, nobody produced. The Yankees still were in first place. So again, your argument is borderline idiotic because it could happen to any team. You can't just say, don't sign Soto because, oh my God, Aaron Judge might get hurt.
Yeah. You can't. No, that's not.
No team does that. Nobody sits down and goes,
you can do that. You can say the same thing about
gets hurt?
You could say the same thing about himself. They say, oh, we can't sign Soto because what if he gets hurt? Well,
seasons are long, man.
Everybody, it can happen to anybody. Soto got hurt this year. He missed. I mean, go back to June when we were going up against the Dodgers and we didn't have Soto in the lineup because we were down about that. We were like, what the fuck, man? Biggest series of the freaking thus far. If we don't have our freaking guy, like that's baseball, bro. It just is what it is. You got to deal with it. Like it's ebbs and flows. It's the longest season in professional sports, bro. What are you going to do? It's going to happen. That's not a
Correct.
reason when in the offseason to say, well, I don't know, because we signed this guy and then whatever.
No, you
Build a
can't.
winner.
You can't
Build
build your
a
team
winner.
that way. You just
Build
can't,
a
man.
winner.
You
Build a
can't
winner.
exactly. You can't build your club that way, and and think that everything is gonna be smooth sailing. No, there's gonna be ups and downs. There's gonna be things. That's why you got GMs. Why you got minor league systems. That's why you got player development, because when guys do get injured, you'd expect some guys to come up. Now, if you want to make an argument that the Yankees haven't done a good job in that regard, okay, maybe you got a little bit of an argument, but I think they're actually pretty well positioned, depending on what they do, especially if they get Soto and add to that without trading a guy like Dominguez. You got, Caleb Durbin there. You got Yorbit Vivas there. You got Dominguez. You got Spencer Jones coming up. You got some pitchers that we haven't talked about in a while. Clayton Beater might be a regular bullpen arm this year. He looked really good out the pen for the Yankees. He also looked really good in AAA out the bullpen. So there's a lot of things here that the Yankees can build upon, but the puzzle gets very, very difficult if Juan Soto isn't a part of that. And it does look like we may start getting some more information about that puzzle piece here this coming week. And again, guys, this is the week of Thanksgiving. But I do plan on trying my best to be live just about every single day with you guys. We got well over 450 people in here, guys. I don't know where we are on the likes. Let's get a double check here. We're at 203 likes. Smacky that damn likey. Hitty that damn subby is what we do over here at the U. But Francis, I think we kind of covered where everything is right now. My expectation still with Soto, I don't know about you, but my expectation is still before the winter meetings. I really doubt it goes after that. If it does, you might want to start getting a little bit concerned, because I think the longer it goes, the better it is for the Mets, to be honest, or maybe the highest offers.
If it goes longer than that, that's what it's for.
Yeah, it has. That's the only thing it could be for, because
as much money as possible.
Yeah.
And if it becomes a situation like that, I don't like our chances.
Because don't play yourself here, right? We know this. If it does go that long, or if Juan Soto was sitting there going, I want to be a Yankee, no doubt. I want to play the Mets to get more money from the Yankees.
Which is what I think this is, but yeah.
But like you said, it shouldn't take that long though then. Because at some point you're going to reach that number where you go, let's fucking go. That's it. That's the number. Let's do it. Let's lock it in. At some point you're likely going to reach that number. Or you're going to tell them, you do this and I'm there. If you really want to play there, the Mets might say, hey, 675. You go back to the Yankees and go, look, if you guys hit that 650 mark, I'll sign right now. Scott, tell them. And if the Yankees go, done, let's make it happen. Let's plan everything. Boom, done. You're done. Soto's a Yankee. So I agree with Francis when he said that originally, that if this goes further than that, I do think then you're looking at it as he's looking to get the most money he possibly can overall. And if that's the case, God bless him. God bless him. Best of luck. But
if it gets to that point, if it gets to that point, I don't see it becoming. Then I think it becomes a story that they've been telling us all offseason, that it's going to come down to the highest bid. They've been saying that. I don't believe that right now. I just don't. I think that is the rhetoric that Scott Boras is putting out there, because that's what he wants the Yankees to know. Like, yeah, it's going to come out highest bidder. Like, you're going to have to come with the money, then whatever. I think they met. Hal came out and said what he said. There was reports immediately after that the Yankees felt confident after their meeting. Then you had a bunch of people come and try to detract it. Oh, no, they didn't. His comments mean this and that. Listen, word salad. We ain't messing with all that. I'm going to look at the facts. And like Pete just said, if this shit goes past the first week of December, now we get into like the December 15th, 13th, 12th, 13th, 14th, I don't like our chances.
I agree. Yeah. I agree. And then it's like I said the whole time then, originally, we've said for a minute now that it's the Yankees or Mets. I still believe that. Yeah. If he goes somewhere else, I'm like, wow, he actually went somewhere else. I can't believe it. I believe he's a Yankee or a Met at the end of the day. And if he does go to the Mets, I do believe it's because they were the highest bidder, and that's what he's looking for. If he goes to the Yankees, I think it's, some may say, well, maybe he really did want to play for the Mets. Okay, well then, hey, if you want to believe that and buy that, okay. I don't. I believe he wants to be a Yankee, and we'll see from there. We also have a little bit of evidence of that. But Crackle Nut says, chicken Big Macs for Thanksgiving, fellas. Don't you dare, Crackle Nuts. Come on, brother. Not Thanksgiving, fam. Come on.
I don't think so.
I'm going to talk a lot about Thanksgiving, but the Simonetti household does not do, a big ass turkey. We don't do the turkey.
I'm not big on turkey either, man. I'm just not. It's not my thing.
Not my thing, man. Turkey's not my thing. I tell you this. You want to hear something crazy? I forgot what year it was, but I was much younger. I had so much turkey. I went to bed at 5. I don't wake up the next day to 1. I'm not even joking. I was done. It was like I got hit with a fucking anesthesia, some shit. That shit just knocked me out cold and I was done. Replay Op says McDonald's don't make enough chicken to keep up with crackle nuts. Okay?
Okay.
Let me tell you something. Our turkeys will never dry. All right? I don't know how you guys are cooking these things and they come out like sandpaper. You cut it, you see dust flying out of the baby. I don't know what you're doing over there. I don't know what you're doing over there, okay? I keep it moist.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
I'm gonna
Just went wild on the Thanksgiving.
We really do an amazing. Let me tell you guys something. Look at the quality of this podcast you're watching here right now.
Top of the line.
This is top notch, top of the line. Where do you get this? I want to know. And on top of that, look how easily we put Thanksgiving into today's episode. We said Soto's going to DR to stuff them turkeys.
Exactly.
All right?
Lots of stuff.
I just said my turkey meat is moist.
Exactly. They're going to be calling Soto Doc McStuffins in DR this winter.
Facts. Crackle Nut says, when Pete sees eggplant palm on Thanksgiving, he's going to come. Francis never said no. Chicken Big Macs on Thanksgiving.
Listen, I didn't say no because I didn't think I had to, man. I'm Dominican and Puerto Rican, and we ain't doing that. Okay, I got a nice, juicy pernil waiting for me on Thursday. Okay, it's waiting for me already. Got my name on it.
He's gonna carve his name in it. It says Francis on the side of it.
Francis, right as soon as I get there. Okay, potato salad. You know what I'm saying?
The potato salad.
Yeah, bro. We do it big, baby. We do it.
Oh
big.
yeah.
There's gonna be a turkey there.
I told Jared,
Nah.
I'm happy about this. The kids are bigger now, so they're out. They gotta work. Black Friday. I said, you gotta work all day.
Go to work.
What me and Jared's doing, I said, look, we're gonna light some candles around the house, and we're gonna decorate our tree together. We're gonna put the tree up together. The kids, we're the kids. We're the kids now.
We're the kids.
They're at an age, Francis, where now we're the kids again.
Yeah.
We're going to decorate our tree together. We're going to put some Christmas music on, have a nice hot cup of cocoa.
A little bit of eggnog? No eggnog?
A little bit of eggnog. You know me, I'm going to dip a little bit of something in there. I'm going to be ready to rock and roll. It's going to be beautiful. I can't wait for this. I've never been so excited in my life. I tell you what.
I'm gonna come.
I am.
Oh man, you better put some plastic covering on that tree, Jared.
No, it's gonna be amazing. I can't friggin' wait. And like I said, man, I can't wait to continue to enter the 2025 year with everybody here because it's coming up. I mean, my God, it's the last week of November is already here. So time is gonna fly, man. Dude said, is that eggnog? Well, I don't know. Clean up in the Simonetti household.
There may be some eggs there, but
what an episode. Hey yo, Francis, you could go ahead and take us out before things get really scary in here.
Listen, man. Yeah, got a lot to be grateful for. So before I take us out, I definitely wanted to say.
Oh, wait, pause. Sorry, my bad. My bad. Jira just told me. Crackle Nuts also says, Francis, I'm coming over Thanksgiving, make room. I will bring my own utensils and plates.
That's why.
Hey, man, Crackle Nuts.
Pull up,
Take it easy. Take it easy. This guy got a lot of children to feed out there, all right? Take it easy. But no, Jira's right. I forgot. March 29th, guys, yes. NYYU Day. Yes. March 29th, NYYU Day. It's been posted on Twitter. It's been posted on IG. Make sure you get your tickets. The link is in the chat. The link is also under community. So if you go to community on the main YouTube channel, you'll see it all there. get your tickets, man. Come hang out with us. It's going to be a great event. Again, we're kind of making history here. The Yankees haven't done this in a long time. And we're getting over 180 tickets available for the Audi Club opening day weekend. They don't just give these things out because these tickets got to be reserved, meaning they can't sell them unless you're going through that link. So guys, make sure you get those damn tickets. Save that link in case you go, hey, I want to get this in the future. Hold it, save it, get your damn tickets, man. It is going to be amazing, guys. Truly appreciate each and every one of you. You guys are the best. And Ben Nolan, no, NYU is not for children. We always say that. No. But anyway, if your kids were listening, hey, have a Merry Christmas. Yeah, filthy animals.
I hope you get everything on your list, kids.
Yes,
but,
be good because Santa listens. I still write a list for Santa Claus to this day.
That's right. It better, and it gets checked twice, so don't play no games, man. We don't play that.
You better watch out. You better not shout. Petey Claus. Oh man.
Listen,
all right, I'm done.
Nah, listen. All right, y'all already know, man. Before I sign out, I just want to say Thanksgiving is on Thursday. I would be remiss if I did not get on here and say to you guys, all you guys still in the chat with us, how thankful I am for you, for this community, for my brother Pete, for Jira, family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just family, bro. This is real shit here at NYY Underground. You know, no fake, no bullshit. Like, we actually fuck with each other off these cameras, and that's what I love about what I do here. My boy Kev, that O'Meal. So I'm saying that's family right there.
Kev just said my Johnson writes to Santa Claus. That's a Kev comment.
That is wild, but okay. Like, everybody, man. You had Brophy in the chat earlier, our guy, man. I'm grateful for all of you, but most importantly, you guys here, man. Grateful for this community. You guys absolutely are the best in the business. You make this shit easy. You make this shit fun. You make this shit the best part of my life right now. And I can't wait to see all of you guys on March 29th and to show you what we're working on for 2025, man. So, as I always say,
yo, I'm sorry, I gotta pause you one time. Yo, my man Crackle Nuts is wild. This dude just said, no better sound than scooping mac and cheese.
You see what I mean? Look, I was trying to say, oh yeah, we a family show. This man talking about no better sound than scooping mac and cheese. What? When I think of mac and cheese and the sound that it makes, I'm thinking of something else. That's
exactly what I'm thinking. I'm like, wait a second here.
Listen, crack.
Only at the you don't get. You don't get this anywhere else. You just don't.
I'm like, where did we go? And we try so hard.
Who the hell says that though? Who says something like that?
There's no better sound.
There's no better sound than scooping mac and cheese. Dude,
you know, Steels is not here, but if Steels hears about that comment, Crackle Nuts, he's gonna fry you.
Macho said wild.
It's just, I love Crackle Nuts, man.
Man.
I'm thankful for you, Crackle Nuts.
Hirsch said with no fork.
Yo, oh man.
I'm done, man. That's it. That's it.
And why you after dark? You are 1,000% right. This happens. It happens. It happens. 2024. It happens. It just happens. Okay.
Wow.
Keep it locked. Stay tuned because the next episode will in fact be the best episode.
Ladies and gentlemen, you already know we will never come whack on a designated Spittaz track. Hey, if Crackle Nut said he's crying, you better get your umbrellas because it's probably raining outside. We love you, brother. You the man. Peace out, guys. Until next time, we are out. Catch you guys tomorrow. I'll be here tomorrow. Matter of fact, we're doing All Rise. Drop your voicemail. We're doing All Rise 11 a.m. 11 a.m. All Rise, guys. What are we going to talk about? I don't freaking know, but we'll find something out. Talk to you guys at 11 a.m. Peace out, baby.
I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah. I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah. I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah. I really feel it's my time. Think it's my pen ready. Used to hold myself back. My self-esteem damn bad. sugar.